Another year, another boring old Academy Awards night. We got the expected winners, some not so deserving winners, excellent music performances, and lame jokes. I'll be honest with you guys, once I said La La Land won Best Picture, I just turned the TV off and went to bed. I mean, who else was it gonna be, right? Right, guys? Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm here now.
No.
So where are we?
So nice of you to join us. I was just recapping the Oscars. You know, no surprise La La Land cleaned up. Obviously, Hollywood was gonna give the Best Picture to that movie, you know? What? They said the wrong name?
Welcome to the Oneonta movie show from the IRC studios in Oneonta, New York. I'm Isabel Weissman.
And they said the wrong name on the biggest award show of the year?
She's Ali Melendez, and let's meet our panel, shall we?
I can't believe this.
All right, while she's getting her life together, first on our panel, we have the guy who firmly believes that one man's smearing clown face is another man's Academy Award. It's Chris Turnbull.
I don't think that's very accurate, but anyway, welcome to the Oneonta movie show, guys. Had some great awards last night, some terrible snubs in my opinion, and what an ending. That's all I can really say, but we'll get into that during the show, so thanks for joining us.
Oh my God, the embarrassment.
Up next is the man who once trained for 3 years to become a rock, paper, scissors world champion. It's Mike Pappas.
So yeah, why am I not wearing my Jim Beam honey shirt today? Well, I'm wearing this shirt to represent the confusion and madness of last night's Oscars. So more on that on this episode.
I mean, the two of them are like 80 years old. You know, maybe they just like misread the name or something, you know?
And next to Mike is the man who just can't stop talking about the time he wrestled his way through a vat of grapes. It's Matt Birkland.
All right. First of all, the vat was actually filled with kumquats, not grapes. It was very massive, and I enjoyed wrestling in it too. We're gonna hit them with a hand today. It's Oscar Day, and we're all like particles, man. We're just flying around. It's beautiful. All right.
What the hell was that?
But still, like, how do you even come back from that? I mean...
And finally, we have the guy that has never been defeated in a walk-off. It's Tom Capone.
Never, not once, and will never, ever, ever happen. But I said Suicide Squad would never win an Oscar, yet here we are.
Okay, like, I think I've composed myself for the most part, but I need you guys to tell me what the hell happened. Matt.
Okay, so I'm watching the Oscars last night. You know, it's pretty average. Then the final part comes up, like last 10 minutes, they're announcing Best Picture. I start to feel, you know, I gotta go to the restroom. So I run really quick, I gotta make sure I'm right there when they announce it. So I get out exactly as they're announcing La La Land. And I go, ugh, I can't believe I gotta do this. So now I'm typing up how ticked off I am on Twitter and all that. All of a sudden Warren Beatty goes, wait. And then I look up, I'm like, I made a mistake. It's Moonlight Part 1. Sorry, thank you. And
English.
It's just... I know, but
Continue.
anyways, I'm like, this is the greatest. I already smell in the first 10 minutes of this show, like right then and there. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna be talking about how this really messed up. It's just, it was funny how it happened. And then my dad texts me. He had the best line. He says, "Are you watching this?" And it's just, wow. Like, I don't know. It's going to be remembered for a long time.
I mean, at the same time, though, how can you be ticked off that La La Land was going to win, and when they announced that it won, well, allegedly that it won?
It would have been even funnier if, well, all right, you know what, I'll get into that later, but it was just, wow.
But yeah, the fact that like happened, that like they announced the
Well, it's a
wrong
live show.
name,
You
that
can't imagine
somehow-
that.
They pulled a
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
How can you screw that up?
That's
You had one job. You
that
had one
somehow-
job to hand an envelope.
Some PA must have gave Warren Beatty the wrong card. I've seen everyone like blaming on him. Like, no, he He was someone handing him a card.
There's a
And
reason
you could
why
tell when he opened it, he was like
hesitated.
He's like, oh, what?
But at the same time, though, when he opened it, like, why couldn't he just said, "Oh, I think you guys gave me the wrong card," and then like they get him the wrong
exactly.
card?
Because either way he would have wound up looking like a fool. He
Okay,
probably
well,
opened it up and figured, you know
Besides-
what, La La Land probably won anyway. But if you open it up and ask for
Okay,
the
he
wrong
looked like a
card,
fool either way. He looked
Oh,
like it either
well,
way when
well,
he was just like,
guys,
"Oh,
we gotta
what,
remember,
what,
this is
what?"
a live
Like,
show. They can't attain for everything that goes on there, and plus, like, he was handed the wrong envelope, so.
yeah,
All right, so let's talk about the movies themselves.
Exactly.
Do you guys think
Moonlight did deserve the
to
Oscar,
win?
though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a guaranteed thing. Like, it was a great movie.
I think it did. I wasn't a big fan of Moonlight. I'm fine with it winning Best
Yes,
Picture. It just the way that it happened and that it was the mix up. It
That's
would have
what
been
really
better
sold it.
if they actually did it like they actually said it right there. Moonlight wins Best Picture.
Yeah, I mean, it was more
Right.
memorable this way, but at the same time,
Because-
the people who made La La Land got screwed over because they got their speech cut off, and the people who did Moonlight were given proper time for their speech, so everyone
Here's
kind of
what would
lost
have
there.
happened. Let me
well,
display.
the producer of La La Land, they handled the whole incident so well.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
If this had happened, like La La Land, actually, when we'd still be talking about La La Land and how many awards they won and blah, blah, blah. But if Moonlight, they just said Moonlight playing straight, we would have gone on with it and that would have been the end of it. But if they screwed it up, that's what really, like, I don't know.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that Moonlight was a special movie this year. It was
Yeah.
a movie that needed to come out now in the politically
Exactly.
charged climate we are living in. It's a very special movie for now.
Yeah.
And it's a great movie. By that,
It's a-
everyone in that movie is excellent. The movie's excellently put together. It's excellently directed. It earned that best picture
Yeah,
by far.
When I heard the director was choosing his actors for Chiron, and I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Chiron
Excuse me,
is-
I butchered that. And the three actors he was chosen, they only had one sharing aspect, and that was the eyes. That was it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And because
Well,
they
that's
wanted
really the whole thing of the
because they
movie,
wanted
like,
to
the
connect-
eyes are the most-
Yeah, they wanted to get that emotion out of them.
Yeah.
But I think all three actors were great, and which
Exactly.
was so hard when the best actor
And
category came
Marshall
up, and
Ali
they
won
had.
Best Supporting Actor. That
He did. He was excellent in that.
Yeah.
I wish he was in the movie a little bit more, but I understand why
Yeah, but
he
his
wasn't.
performance was
Yeah.
He's an excellent
amazing.
actor,
Yeah.
I think.
That was a once in a lifetime performance from him. Hopefully, we see it again from him.
I was really happy. he won.
Mahershala Ali, he's an excellent actor.
Yes.
I won't be surprised if we see him up on that stage again.
Oh, yeah.
Has he been in
next couple
anything
years.
else?
He
before
was in,
He was in Luke Cage.
He's
Hidden
been living
Figures.
off in
Was he?
Netflix
Oh yeah, he
world.
was in
was.
Hidden
He's in Luke
Figures,
Cage.
that's right.
He was Remy Denton in House of Cards.
Oh, yeah,
he's been
he-
living
right.
he's been living in that Netflix space for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But he's been killing it there. To see him finally get
Right.
his shot at the big screen with Moonlight
Exactly.
was amazing.
Yeah. Fun fact: he's also the first Muslim actor to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, that's
an
Oh, he's
Oscar.
that's what
Muslim.
they've said.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not
that's what
know
they
that.
that's what they said. He's the first
Wow.
Muslim actor to win.
Which I found surprising, but then again, given the Oscars have been
Yeah.
the way they are for so long, I guess I'm not. So
Yeah.
He earned it.
yeah.
He was
Exactly.
by far.
Oh, yeah.
He's by far, at least I thought, the best. He was the best supporting actor.
Yep.
He gave one of the best performances.
What about
this year?
Best Supporting Actress? Do you think Viola Davis did pretty well for Fences?
I thought she did good.
Yeah.
I thought she did earn that
I know
Oscar.
I
too.
didn't personally see the movie, but I think it was really
Yeah,
in the
that's
buzz
another
that she
movie.
was-
Of course, it was based on a play, which even
Right.
Denzel Washington did in the past,
And
now
he
he made
directed
it.
it, too,
and he
so
directed
that's
it,
what-
so he this is sort of like a passion project for him.
Yeah.
And he got great performances out of everyone, including
Yeah.
himself.
Oh yeah. I mean that is what Denzel does. Denzel's a master of
Right.
crafting great performances. I think he's a very gifted director who can
Exactly.
help other actors craft great characters to bring onto the screen.
All right. Yeah. But
Especially that. What did you guys think? Speaking of directing, what did you guys think of Best Director?
Damien Chazelle earned
the
that,
only
Yeah.
thing,
no doubt.
Yeah.
What he did with La La Land
Right.
was something so special.
I agree. He definitely deserved that.
The
Best
only
Director.
thing that could've-
I said it like the whole time during Oscar season. I think he needed to win because he put his heart and soul in La La Land. Like it was all him. I think he earned it.
The only
I
thing
really
that
think
could have
he-
made that night much better is if they announced Mel Gibson had won, and then all of a sudden they said La La Land had won.
Hey, if they did wind up giving Mel Best Director, that would have been well earned.
Yeah.
He did a great job with Hacksaw
Okay.
Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge earned all the acclaims. Andrew Garfield was great in it. Mel
but no
Gibson
one
did a great
saw
job.
it except
That's
the
a-
critics.
Why should that
What do you-
matter?
what do you mean
It's a
no
great movie.
Are you?
It was
Let's-
good.
let's-
It was
let's
great.
be
I
honest.
was
We're talking
right.
about Mel Gibson,
Let's
right?
be honest, with the exception of La La Land, almost all the movies in the Oscars were not huge at all.
Well, yeah, no,
That's,
no.
that's kind of the point.
None
It gives
of them
exposure to
would've-
these smaller, good movies.
Right.
Which is what it should be. Nominating a movie shouldn't depend on how much money it makes.
No.
Should be based on quality.
Yeah, I mean, a
How
lot
good
less
is it?
people saw Moonlight, and
I
that
wasn't
was
talking
amazing.
about the quality as in like, how much money it made. I'm talking about who directed it. That's what really.
Hey, he said awful stuff, but he's a great director.
I honestly, I wanted Mel to win Best Director just so he can come up and talk in front of the audience.
Oh, that
I
would
would
have
have
been.
loved.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have loved to listen to what he
This
was
would
going
have
to
been a
say.
heck of a year if that had happened. Donald Trump for president. Mel Gibson wins an Oscar.
Wow, that would have been something if Mel
Yeah.
got up there. I wonder what he would have said.
Probably some things he would later regret, but
Probably.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he would have cared though, if he got up there and said what he needed to say. I think he just say it anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all those categories were pretty well deserved. What about Best Actor? I thought Casey Affleck was great.
Oh yes,
in-
I
Well
love that
deserved.
Casey Affleck won. He was great in that movie. It was he really nailed it this year. Like
he
with that
got down
SRC.
the really depressed,
Boston.
loaning Boston.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's from Boston, so that was pretty key casting for him.
Yeah,
he
and he's an Affleck. That really helps out too. His
Yeah.
brother's Ben.
he did something that's very hard to do. He made a mediocre movie pretty darn good.
That
Well,
was,
he was
great,
the
yeah.
show stealer in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Without a doubt.
I think a lot of people have felt that Casey Affleck, at least in the past, has been living in sort of like Ben Affleck's shadow, and now he
Yeah.
has
Well,
sort
yeah,
of like
yes.
Yeah, now
come on
he's-
his level. I think
exactly.
they're just
He
as
is. He's
equal.
very
He thanked Ben
slowly-
at the end of his speech. I thought that, like,
Yeah.
you could see Ben getting a little choked up at the end. I thought that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really crazy. Like you see Casey Affleck how he started out. Like I remember he was in Good Will Hunting when he started out. He was like had that smaller role, and now you look at him now. Now he's best
Exactly.
actor
Well,
in
yeah,
a leading
hi-
role. It's
yeah,
an
him-
amazing transition over
Wait,
like
who did he
that
play
20
in?
years.
Who did he play in Good Will Hunting? I'm trying to
He was
remember.
one of the friends.
yeah.
He was one
Oh.
of Matt Damon's
I
friends.
did not know that.
I mean, Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, all of them growing up together
Exactly.
to now being at where they are now. It's amazing. It's amazing to
So
see.
it's 20 years since Good Will Hunting, so it's
Just
an amazing
beautiful.
transition to those 20 years.
Wow, it's really been 20 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right,
Wow.
well, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a break real quick, and we'll be right back to talk about more Oscars.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So now that we've gotten all the controversy talk out of the way, let's bring it back down and talk about everything else that happened during the Oscars. What did you think of Kimmel? What was your favorite moment or least favorite moment? And whatever else you can think of. Chris, what did you think?
Overall, I thought Kimmel was a good host. Whenever he brought up Matt Damon,
Oh, yeah,
it got
oh,
better
yeah.
and better.
Oh,
and more
those
hilarious.
are the best.
When-
when
when-
they played him off when he was
when he brought
that was the funniest
Ben
part.
Affleck and guest, I just laughed.
That part killed
Yep.
me. Even on the bits Kimmel did with like dropping candy
Dropping
from the
candy,
ceiling.
the tourist
the
bus,
tour bus. The
that
tour bus
was-
bit was great.
Yeah.
He said next year we should drop the Oscars that way, and I agree they should do that.
That would be
He's
amazing.
an excellent
I,
host.
I thought he
comedian
did an
and all that.
amazing job. Like
I just hope Jimmy Fallon never gets
No.
that role. I mean,
No,
I don't want
no
to rag on
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon too much because I
Yeah.
know he's a talented guy, but I really do not like him because he
well,
sounds
yeah.
so fake most
I
of the
like
time.
Fallon, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'd be very.
But this year the host was Jimmy Kimmel, and I thought he did
Yeah,
pretty
Kimmel.
Oh,
well.
yeah, he was one of
Kimmel's
the
king.
Jimmy Kimmel's one of the better hosts we've had in
Exactly.
the last number of years.
Yeah.
Even though that's not a very
He's on
high
a roll. He's got
bar
the
to beat.
golden. What are
break.
the Emmys, Oscars?
Did he host the Tonys?
I
Um,
think he
like-
also
I'm
did
not
Tonys.
sure.
you know?
I don't know.
Did he
Okay.
get Golden Globes
Well-
or Emmys? I'm trying to remember.
Doesn't matter
Oh,
because he did a great job hosting on the Oscars.
Yeah. Brilliant job.
Speaking of that, why don't we talk about the award-winning Academy Award-winning Suicide
It's
Squad.
proper name.
Oh my God! I can't
Academy
believe we're
Award
actually
winning.
saying Academy Award and Suicide Squad in the same
Oscar-winning
sentence.
Suicide Squad.
That
has a
infuriates me to no
ring to
end
it.
because the only good thing about the makeup of Suicide Squad is
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Because the Joker is literally just, they sent Jared Leto into a Hot Topic and asked him to put everything on and then come back out. That's it.
Dude, it's dumb.
Abercrombie model wearing
It takes
Joker.
a lot of effort. I mean,
Dumb. Eye makeup. Where, sir?
Yeah, there was-
all over his face.
well, there is eyeliner
and then,
on
and
Captain Boomerang's face
then,
too.
And he
then
asked-
smudge it.
Yeah, and he asked, which tattoos? All the tattoos.
Whatever you can think of, put them on.
Yeah, so Star Trek Beyond deserved that much more just because of the alien makeup was so good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Star Trek always should earn a hair and makeup, but they always do with the hair and makeup. It's always a amazing to see.
Yep. So let's go on to another category. What did you guys think?
Well, first I think we should talk about the in memoriam real quick, like the stuff in between it, and like how you realize how many people had passed this year. And It's just shameful,
Yeah,
and
it's-
especially since Bill Paxton passed
Passed
right early that
early.
morning. It was kind
it was
of
a shame. I woke up to that. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Especially when the in memoriam thing was about to come on. I'm saying to my
Right.
friend, I'm like, this is gonna be a long
Yep,
segment.
I was like, all right,
Like,
this is gonna take an
I
hour.
mean, you got Carrie Fisher,
Reynolds.
Prince.
Her mother, Debbie Reynolds.
They didn't mention David Bowie at any point.
I think
Wasn't-
that was
wasn't-
last year.
Yeah, no,
He made it-
wasn't he in last
think he
year?
was-
Yeah,
He was
he
early.
died in like January of last
Yeah,
year.
so yeah,
that's
he
why.
was he was in last year.
He was in that, yeah.
And I think they mentioned Alan Rickman last year too, because he
Well,
also
yeah, he-
died like
Right.
the same week of Bowie.
Yeah.
Right, there's always an exception. Like they always forget some person, and they always forget someone. So I'm trying to figure out who they forgot this year, but maybe it was just Paxton.
I heard they forgot two people. I forgot their name, but they they forgot them for some reason.
Right.
All right. What did you guys think of Best Animated?
I personally loved Zootopia.
Yeah.
Well earned.
Yeah.
A
thought it
well
was the
earned
right movie
best
to win.
animated.
I
I'm a
thought.
little disappointed that Finding Dory wasn't nominated.
Well, to be fair, it had a lot of competition. Finding Dory was greatly animated,
Yeah.
but I'd argue it's not as good as the nominees were.
No, it's not.
And
not.
there was
I
a
don't
ton
think
of great animated
I
movies in
think better than
2016. So I
Zootopia.
think the exclusion this year was justified.
Right.
I thought Kubo was also great, but the problem is I don't think Kubo's very good story-wise. It's very basic.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks great. Like I'd argue it looks better than Zootopia just because the way it's animated.
Well, yeah, because it is that stop motion that Leica does so well. I mean, every year they put out a great stop motion. It's great. It's amazing to finally see Leica get a more recognition.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, apparently Leica's CEO is the son of like the CEO of Nike, which is how
Really?
they get funded. And I find that surprising, but not so surprising because I'm like, all right, I guess that's how they stay afloat. Because if they didn't have that, they would literally be dead.
Would have been. They
Yeah,
sadly,
moving
none of the movies ever make anything.
yeah.
But following from animation, what about animated short? Do you guys think Piper deserved the Academy Award?
I did, but I did like the cowboy one, like
Yeah, that was.
in time or something like that.
Mhm.
Right.
I
It did look
remember I
interesting.
randomly came across that a couple months ago. Started watching, was like, oh my, this is a really well done animated
Yeah.
short that almost had me in tears.
Yeah,
Right.
that was actually done by former Pixar guys, and I actually went to Pixar and says like, hey, can we use some of your technology to create the short? And Pixar was like, sure. So they helped them make that, which
Great
is
to
really
hear.
nice because Disney doesn't give out anything to anyone most of the time, which is
Yeah,
so it's
no,
nice
I
to
mean-
see.
Well, we kind of missed Best Actress.
We did
so
miss
I
Best
guess
Actress.
Right, we
touch
should
on
probably
that.
talk about Emma Stone and how way to go, Emma.
Well earned. Emma
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well
deserved
earned, definitely.
every.
In La La Land, it was a great duo between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, but it was Emma Stone's movie. I
Yeah.
guess.
Emma
Oh,
Stone.
yeah, definitely.
Ryan Gosling was good in La La Land. I thought Emma Stone was great.
Yeah.
I thought Emma Stone I thought she overshadowed Ryan Gosling for a
Right.
large chunk of La La Land. I mean the scene where she sings audition, which is also nominated for Best Song, probably should have won Best Song, I feel like. But when she sung that song, I went, wow, she's gonna win Best Actress.
I mean, it's funny to think that Emma Watson was going to be the.
Exactly.
Emma Watson and
It
Miles
really
Yeah, but the
Teller.
thing, here's what I heard.
Miles
it's
Teller.
gonna be
I
Ryan
could not. I
Gosling
could not
role.
see Miles Teller in
I
that role.
can't.
Right.
I thought the casting of this was much better than what they were gonna do before.
Yeah.
Did you hear why it was so difficult with Emma Watson? It's because she wanted to base it in London instead of L.A.
Oh, really?
She wanted to shoot
It's
in
a
London.
Hollywood movie. That wouldn't have worked. Come on.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly.
All right.
But,
Well, lots of movies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to get to all of them, but we're gonna have a great debate soon. So
Right.
hope you enjoy that.
All right, when we come back, we'll have our weekly debate, and you do not want to miss yours truly moderating this one.
Wait, what?
I mean, you're clearly a little disoriented from this whole Oscar controversy, so I think you should just sit this one
What
out.
are you talking about? I'm fine.
It's okay. I got this one. Don't worry about it. Well, in honor of the surreal ending of this year's Academy Awards, which, by the way, this is not indicative of anything about Moonlight, it completely deserved Best Picture just as much as La La Land. But for tonight's debate, what didn't deserve an Oscar? I want you guys to tell me what was the worst Oscar snub. Could be any category, but you gotta tell me why your pick didn't deserve it and what actually did. We all got that? All right, Chris, whenever you're ready.
All right. All right. So, when you make a movie about racism, you usually want to be about something and you want it to have a certain message. Not Crash, though. Crash is a terrible abomination. It has flat characters, a bunch of side stories that don't make sense, and just overall terrible film. I believe Brokeback Mountain should have won instead. It was at a time when the gay community was not particularly accepted fully, and it was greatly written, greatly directed, and frankly, Crash shouldn't even have been nominated for that award.
Time. All right, nicely said. Okay, Mike, are you ready?
Yep.
And go.
2010 was probably the worst Oscars only because Inception should have won instead of King's Speech. I watched both of them, and I gotta say King's Speech was one of the most boring movies I've probably ever seen. And I mean, maybe character-wise, it was fine because the main character was pretty good, but Inception was without a doubt the movie of 2010. I really thought it should have won Best Picture instead of King's Speech.
Time. Okay. And Matt, you're next. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. 2014 was an important year for me in the movie industry because I finally paid attention to what was going on in the Oscars. And I think the biggest, shall we say, the biggest misjudgment in the Oscars department was the concept that Michael Keaton was overshadowed by Eddie Raymond in the Oscars for Best Actor. And
All
I think
right,
that-
time.
Oh.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was nicely said. And Tom, are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Do this.
And go.
That's clearly one of the biggest upsets, maybe the biggest upset ever, is that Sylvester Stallone himself, Rocky or Rambo, whatever is more iconic, but it's Rocky. He should have won over Mark Rylance, who won last year for The Spice. It's an overrated performance. Sylvester Stallone brought new layers to Rocky and Creed, brought him to new places. Gave one of the best performances of his career, and probably the best performance of last year in Creed.
Time. All right. Everyone has spoken. Whoever would like to comment on someone else's argument, you may begin now.
Okay, Mike. Inception has nice visuals.
And it's
the
got
King's Speech has a great story, great
I couldn't
great
even pay
characters.
attention to what was going on in the King's Speech.
You can't follow what's going on in Inception. What are you talking
That's
about?
because it's a character piece, and
Yeah,
some people just like smarter movies, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike-
and so you're saying Inception isn't a smarter movie?
Mike-
Isn't a smart movie? It keeps
No,
you
it's,
going. You gotta
it's-
pay
it's-
attention throughout the
it's-
entire movie.
It's
Mike,
full-
so
full of
sometimes it's nice to have
potholes.
characters that
Right.
have good dialogue.
Yeah.
Leo
And
doesn't
good
have good dialogue in it. He
conversation.
was great in it.
Leo makes
Leo's good.
okay dialogue.
There's a reason it's called the
dialogue.
King's
It was good
Speech. It's about a
dialogue.
king giving a speech. That's good dialogue.
That's even a good story. A king that has
Yes.
stuttering problems.
Yeah.
He
Again,
can't
it's
even
a-
speak.
Teaches
Why
me-
is he king in the first place?
Because he's a royalty.
Yeah.
and it
Why
doesn't-
is Leo DiCaprio traveling through dreams?
Because he can. That's what he's
Well-
doing in the movie.
The king. He's the king because he is king, and yeah.
Bottom line is, King's
It could have been
Speech has
anyone
the
in
better
that seat besides
performances
Leo.
than Inception, which means it should have won.
Speaking of performances, let's get to Rocky.
We're talking about Best Picture
and the guy from-
overall. The
No,
King's Speech is just characters. It's not that much of the story.
Mike-
Inception's story
Mike-
is phenomenal.
Newsflash, you need characters for a movie to be good.
Okay, but you're saying
I
the
know,
characters
mind
aren't
blown,
good.
right?
You're saying the
right, I
characters in
think we're-
Inception aren't good?
They're not good, but the ones in King's Speech are better.
I think we're
I-
focusing too much on
I don't
Inception,
think so.
and let's get.
Leo was great in it, and I thought.
And
I thought
tough
it
to
was fun.
say, Brokeback Mountain should have
Exactly.
won.
Brokeback Mountain deserved a
that
lot
probably should
more.
have won over
Yeah.
that.
Let's be honest.
Good Night or
Everything
Good Luck
deserved to win
in
over
Munich.
Crash.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Everything
but
deserved
good,
to win
but
over.
Good Night and Good Luck in Munich,
Yeah.
which also came out that year, were both nominated for Best
Yeah.
Picture, were both better than Brokeback Mountain.
never even
I'm
And
mostly,
Verdict,
I'm
right?
mostly
Should win Best
arguing.
Picture
I am
more than
mostly arguing against Crash because unlike all these other movies, Crash is a legitimately bad movie and shouldn't have even
Right.
been nominated.
Yeah,
Its
but
characters are
Brokeback
flat.
Mountain
Do you like seeing Brendan Fraser and Sandra Bullock be racist for 2 hours?
I'm not saying
I got
Crash
your movie.
I'm not saying Crash is good, but Brokeback
Right.
Mountain isn't what should have won over it.
Everything
Good
deserved
Night
to be
or
won
Good
over.
Night or Good Luck in
Everything.
Munich should have won over.
Exactly.
Okay, but you're saying
Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain. You're saying
Brokeback
everything should
Mountain.
have won over Crash. Like, stick to one movie.
I am. I'm Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, but you're saying everything.
Which
should
is
have
also
won over-
true. They are both true.
Okay, but we're saying any movie could have won over Crash, so
Exactly.
you could pick any.
Exactly. And I still would have the same argument.
You're
But it
contradicting
still
yourself.
isn't as big of an upset.
Give me a reason why Brokeback Mountain should have won.
Is worse than every single one of these movies.
When Stallone gives the performance of his career. A performance
Oh,
that would be
please. He's
remembered.
played the
not.
same
What
character
have you
for like
seen before?
40 years.
He takes Rocky.
He
to brand
plays
new
the same
spaces.
character
it's
for
a
40
performance
years.
he's years old.
Rocky
Mark
Balboa,
Rylance,
Rocky
something
Four.
He kept the performance.
Okay.
fresh.
Rylance got
He kept
at
the
least
performance
Rylance was something
fresh.
different.
I think
And
I've
new.
heard everything that I need to hear. Chris, you now have 20 seconds to make a closing statement. Are you ready to do that?
Yes.
Okay, and go.
Brokeback Mountain was a groundbreaking film at the time with great writing, great directing, and I think it deserved to win over Crash, which was an awful movie about racist people who don't learn anything for 2 hours and a bunch of side stories that make no sense together. It was a terrible movie, and it did not even deserve to be nominated, let alone win.
Wow, all right, time. Next up, Mike, you have 20 seconds to make a closing statement. You ready to do that?
Yep.
Go.
We're talking about Best Picture overall, and Inception perfectly fits it. Characters were good. There weren't. It doesn't have to be Oscar good, but overall, it's Best Picture and the best story. It had a unique plot, and it just overall was the movie of 2010.
Okay. I like that. Next is Matt.
Okay.
You have 20 seconds. Clock starts now.
Okay, I know already I'm not going to win, but here's what I'm going to say. Michael Keaton losing to Eddie Raymond for Best Oscar was a huge problem because Michael Keaton gave the performance a really good performance. It really revitalized his career for Birdman, and I think that not winning that Oscar was a huge mistake on the committee's part.
Time. Okay. And last but not least is Tom.
Yeah,
You have 20
that's my
seconds to
name.
make a closing statement. Are you ready?
Yes, my name's Tom.
And go.
Marco Martins gave a mediocre performance in Bridge of Spies. Special Stallone gave the performance of his career as Rocky, returning in Creed. He brought Rocky to new places. He showed us a whole new side of the character that we never saw. We could see. He kept it fresh, and it deserved to win Best Supporting Actor last year by far.
Okay. So it is time to make my decision based on the arguments presented, and the winner is. This is a hard one, guys. You all had good arguments. I'm gonna give it to Mike because I like that.
Really?
So congratulations, Mike. Woo.
I guess.
And don't worry, there wasn't a mix-up there because, well, who really cares? But anyway, thanks for joining us this week. Remember, kids, if the envelope says actress's name instead of a movie title for the Best Picture, you probably have the wrong envelope. So good night, everybody, and thanks for watching.